Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game, Fish versus Sonic. This game taking place here on a springtime version, 1.3. On the top left-hand side of the map, we have Sonic opening things up as the blue Night Elf. Altar of Elders, Moonwell being placed down. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom right, we have Fish spawning as the yellow human, opening things up with an Altar of Kings barracks. It looks like both sides will be going for the local heroes, not trying to go for a tavern hero. Sonic gonna go ahead and train up an archer, start tanking this spot right here as we get closer to that 2-minute mark. Meanwhile, coming back to the human side, we are looking at Militia, Archmage, Water Elemental, perhaps an attempt at a very fast expansion here, but with these Militia, summoning up a Water Elemental, and gonna perhaps even summon up another one here in just a moment, as we're waiting for that timing to come down. Alright, Fish trying to clear out this creep camp quickly. Militia now being called back around over. Water Elemental needs to back away, not take too much damage, as that Water Elemental is the source of a large amount of experience. In comes a Wisp. Wisp doesn't get a detonation off, as a Fish looking to clear out this creep camp here. Meanwhile, off to the north, where is the Demon Hunter? How come I cannot see him or find him? Demon Hunter inside the base has gone for immolation first and is fighting back all of these Militia pretty easily. Alright, a lot of damage absorbed by the Demon Hunter, but at the same time, the Demon Hunter has dealt quite a bit as well. Immolation able to, just be hazardous to your health if you stand next to him. Alright, Demon Hunter looking to slice down a couple of these peasants. More peasants will need to be trained up. One is now down. A second one could get taken down. No more slipping through as the Demon Hunter escapes away at 22 hit points. Immolation still being channeled even though he's teleporting away. It does not look like a fast expansion is inbound. Archmage instead up to level 2, continuing to clear out more creep camps. Very dangerously, I might add. Very low hit point footman able to escape away at 6 hit points. No arcane vault down. We are looking at a scout tower being placed down as well, and that will become an arcane tower quickly. Crota hype, thank you very much. As the Demon Hunter gonna try to run on in and put on pressure. We're gonna see the Demon Hunter see that there is no town hall here or under construction, as we are looking at an arcane tower currently trying to get added. Militia trying to make its way across here, and we're already gonna see the Demon Hunter simply just slip on by and now perhaps try and stand amongst all of these peasants who are trying to mine gold. Archer also coming online here. One Archer already, peasant getting taken down here. More damage could get racked up. Demon Hunter completely ignoring this arcane tower as we see a staff of teleportation outbound for that Demon Hunter. Couple more shots. Another peasant gets taken out as the Archer now retreat back. Demon Hunter has pretty much drained all of his moonwells for those hit points. Only one is still up here. Demon Hunter wanting to make sure that if he needs to, he can still regenerate some hit points when the time comes. Demon Hunter going to be coming around this other side here. Demon Hunter trying to open up a path and then start body blocking the footman as we're looking at the Water Elemental trying to get engaged. There is now a little bit of, toggling on and off of that immolation as the Archmage still wants to use that range attack to perhaps land a couple of attacks. Both sides just, trying to poke each other, trying to do a little bit of quick jabs, figure out the distance, and see when they can actually deal a little bit of a killing blow. You can see Sonic going to be coming back around here. Fish not expecting the Demon Hunter going to come across, and what is Sonic doing here except just piling on the damage? Who's going to gain the experience? Demon Hunter gets the item, not the experience, as we're looking at the Archers joining in on the fight here. With one low hit point footman, he gets taken out. Another footman going to easily get taken down there as, these units are just constantly getting body blocked, trying to get away. We do see triple Water Elementals, but as anyone who's gone up against human players know, 3 Water Elementals means one's going to turn into a bottle right there. Alright, there's a reveal there. Archers are now in trouble. One Archer may get easily taken out here. No staff of preservation available as she's going to get taken down, giving level 3. Alright. Level 3 compared to level 2.6. Demon Hunter dropping those circlets of nobility, dropping the mantle of intelligence, and well, picking them back up to try and be effective with that Moonwell management. 26 over 50 supply compared to 27. Both sides fighting through as Fish is going to end up losing a water elemental here in just a second. I believe Fish, or Sonic, really wants the water elemental for the experience and is now going to continue to fight here. All right, more damage coming down. Ancient of Wonders is going to get, well, canceled once more as a new footman shows up to the party. All right, that footman does take quite a bit of damage from those archers. Archmage trying to get in front of that Demon Hunter, but, well, unless the Archmage, no, Archmage does not have boots of speed, so the Demon Hunter should be able to easily, easily get past this Archmage, but the Archmage of Fish doing a great job of just constantly getting in the way here. Is the Demon Hunter going to be able to do enough as we see a Panda now added in once more? All right, Demon Hunter coming back around. It looks as though, oh, nope, lost sight of that Footman. 83 hit point Footman able to retreat all the way back. 2 slices would have been enough. Instead, well, Scroll of Regeneration and an Archmage hiding under the Arcane Tower should be enough of a deterrent there. All right, meanwhile, back off to the north, Panda, well, taking quite a bit of damage. Has to be very careful. What is he doing? Is he going to auto-attack one of his own units? Gets up to level 2 for a little bit of extra hit points, and now is able to fight after this Forest Troll Berserker. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter down to the south side here, going to go ahead, try to disrupt a little bit of the healing. Archmage didn't need that much healing. It's all these units back across here that are still healing nicely. Brewmaster down to 100 hit points, very, very close to getting taken out by the creep camps, as we saw Sonic, well, had his attention split between 2 locations. All right, Demon Hunter finds a water elemental out in midfield. Is the Demon Hunter going to be able to get enough damage onto that water elemental? Water elemental down to 124 hit points, 107. 2 more shots, 1 more shot, and yes, the Drunken Haze enough to slow it down in order to get to level 3. All right. Ancients of Lore are ready. Brewmaster wants to drink a bunch of Moonwell juice. Demon Hunter is online, ready with level 2 immolation to perhaps dive in on all of those footmen. Survivability is key on that Demon Hunter, who's been taking a large amount of damage. Yes, I'm still sitting at 5 armor, decent amount of hit points right now for a level 3 Demon Hunter, but we'll see how this unfolds as the Demon Hunter now has to deal with losing mana from the Blood Mage too. Are we going to be looking at some Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire combinations? That is the follow-up question there. There is that Demon Hunter, or excuse me, there's that Demon Hunter trying to engage against the Archmage. Meanwhile, Blood Mage is still siphoning mana and could give some back to the Archmage here. All right, Demon Hunter, well, Blood Mage nearly up to over 400 mana here. Upside down on mana. Archmage continuing to put pressure as the Blood Mage is just there trying to be an annoying hero, shutting down the enemy heroes by removing precious mana. All right. It looks like Sonic is now ready to do a little bit of creeping. Meanwhile, Archmage, it's the Archmage's turn to try and do a bit of harassment here. Footman, Rifleman joining in on the fight. We see a bit of Fairy Fire. Ancient of War trying to come around the corner. Archers are getting cleaned up, and this is just a tough spot to be in. Archmage now trying to push their way through. The Footman with Defend, able to reflect back the damage, even though they are moving slowly, and somehow accidentally Sonic has angered the forests, and more of the creeps are trying to engage them as well. Things are going to start to, well, get a little bit more difficult for Sonic, especially as Fish gets more and more experience on that Blood Mage. Blood Mage now up to, well, trying to get to level 2. Demon Hunter going to come back around. We see there is rejuvenation on the Demon Hunter, ready to come in for more fights. There's a Drunken Haze. Are we going to look at a Breath of Fire? Breath of Fire could be inbound. There's a Breath of Fire coming across here as the Blood Mage, well, tries to remove the last remaining bit of mana. Demon Hunter trying to slip away along the bottom side. Militia were called from the main base to try and put in a little bit more pressure as we're looking at 1-0 upgrades now for those Riflemen. Archmage, Blood Mage clearing after this Furbolg Tracker creep camp. Blood Mage wants a little bit more precious mana, will be able to do exactly that. Meanwhile, off to the north here, Druids of the Claw with Mastery training already, ready to engage. There goes a tracker there. We see, well, Vampiric Aura for the Bears and the Demon Hunter to perhaps, well, mitigate or shave off some of that damage that they'll be taking in these upcoming fights. High Priest now getting taken out. There's some more units dividing it and simply just eating through all of these creeps pretty quickly. Riflemen also benefiting from True Shot aura from the Blood Mage. So the entire human army is ranged right now except for those footmen. So all of them are going to get another 7% damage bonus increase as well. Let's head back off to the north here. More creeping getting underway. There's a flame strike down by the Blood Mage. Also going to go ahead and siphon the mana from that Ice Troll Priest. Precious mana. Blood Mage could just continue to siphon more mana whenever it can. Clouds of Attack +5. Is the Blood Mage going to get to level 3 here? I believe so. So level 3 on both heroes, or all 4 heroes, for the upcoming fight. 50 over 50 supply, Druids of the Claw, Dryads, a couple of archers in the back, going up against level 3, Riflemen, Footmen, Priest, and Sorceresses, all ready to go. Alright, Demon Hunter going to try and engage here, taking down that Forest Troll Trapper, perhaps going to go after these bears as well. Demon Hunter is benefiting a little bit from that Vampiric Aura. Druids of the Claw are purposely staying in Druid form to get off a couple more rejuvenations before transforming. Meanwhile, human army knocking on knocking on the door of the Night Elf, quickly taking down one of those Ancients of Lore as we see the army landing straight up inside here. Demon Hunter quickly going to go ahead and use that immolation. There's a Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Archers getting taken down easily. Druids of the Claw are going to try and swipe and engage, take down more of these units again as the Demon Hunter goes after those units in the back line of those Sorceresses and Priests. Demon Hunter should turn off that immolation. There we go. But trying to get to that back line of Sorceress and Priest and forcing a Scroll of Healing before the human army left. Alright, so far a pretty tight game by both players. A little bit of mistakes. It could have seen some better execution. A couple of early peasants lost. A couple of early peasants lost by Fish due to Sonic's constant pressuring with that Demon Hunter, but overall we are still very, very close to each other here. We are looking at both sides having some powerful items, but if you look at the Night Elf really has just a plethora of items in their inventory. That Potion of Greater Healing gonna have a big impact. Anti-magic potion to try to disrupt that Blood Mage siphon mana, and also adding in an additional Potion of Mana for an extra Drunken Haze and a Breath of Fire combination. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter also has an Orb of Venom, able to apply a little bit of damage over time. Fish now going into low upkeep as we see them with Militia called to arms, pushing out all the way to the other side of the map, and now they are just simply peasants engaging and now building a tower rush attempt this late in the game. All right, 14-minute mark of this game. Militia called all the way out, and now towers are being placed down. Really, I believe Ivory towers are just better, since if you're going to try and speed build the tower anyways, Ivory towers cost just a little bit more and build faster. All right, we're going to go into an engagement here. Another Moonwell may get taken down. There's some detonations. All of those casters are pretty much out of mana. Both sides still fighting through. Demon Hunter now completely out of mana here, as we're going to be looking at the Demon Hunter engaging. Meanwhile, Panda in the backline position. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Rifleman gets taken down by his own friendly flame strike there, as both sides are fighting through. All right, anti-magic shell going to be broken there. A Wand of Illusion used on a Druid of the Claw, and then that was cleaned up with that siphon mana. Blood Mage still trying to retreat back here, unable to get any more damage. There's another counter. Breath of Fire pushing on through again. Brewmaster's anti-magic potion has come to an end here, so all of that precious mana is now in the Blood Mage, who could land down or throw down another flame strike here if necessary across all of these slow-moving units. All right, there's a flame strike. There's that damage as the units are trying to retreat back and retreat away. Dryads are getting picked apart here. Both sides are just suffering heavy damage as the Blood Mage, I believe, yes, is invisible right now, as the Sorceresses are trying to allow for a tactical retreat. All right, Scroll of Healing used there to try and keep up some of those units alive. Slow across all of the Druids of the Claw. Brewmaster could use a Potion of Mana, perhaps try and throw off another Breath of Fire. Brewmaster gets taken down, and the Rifleman just able to shoot that Brewmaster there. there. Potion of Mana wasn't used. Breath of Fire wasn't counted as a Scroll of Healing. Was used once more by the human army to keep all of these units alive and well. Demon Hunter gets up to level 5 now. He's going to go for level 3 Immolation, and now there's that Siphon Mana. That Demon Hunter is still slowed, not really able to rack up all that much damage as the Blood Mage gets invisible once again. Alright, with invisibility, so impossible to finish off any of these units as the Arcane Vault now going to get cleaned up here. Demon Hunter may try and test the waters. Poor Rifleman getting caught on the wrong side of the wall here, as we should be looking at a proper engagement here in just a second. Meanwhile, Bears are trying to swipe their way through. A water elemental quickly getting cleaned up. Demon Hunter continuing to press down here, and this army is just moving so slow. Flame Strike going down, Siphon Mana onto a Druid of the Claw as the Archmage may continue these attacks again. Druid of the Claw goes into, bear form, fighting once more. There is another Flame Strike. Low hit point, Druid of the Claw needs to retreat back. We're going to see some damage. There's some Mana Flare now from the Fairy Dragons. Riflemen need to shoot those down. Archmage now gets taken down as the Demon Hunter was able to get his glaives on target. Meanwhile, Militia are being called over. 56 supply compared to 33. It looks like Sonik has this game in the bag as well, and it's ready to be delivered as all of these, poor casters in the back now retreating again. Demon Hunter gets up to level 6. Most likely going to have for Metamorphosis, can come back and simply just engage when the time is right, as the Druids of the Claw now retreating back home, and that is going to be the game. Sonik able to outlast and able to pursue slowly back into Fish's base and clean things, gut Fish. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.